What's up, guys? Back on the compressor this morning. Got a little bit of time now and then stuff to do in the mid-afternoon, and then I'll be back up here tonight. But I have all of the plumbing worked out, at least on this side. I haven't even thought about the blast pot side. There's still gonna be some more welding fab stuff I gotta do over there. But for right now, I wanna get these holes drilled for these 3 mounts. This is the front of the tank. So this will be going right on this corner here. Then we'll weld this smaller plate in for the legs over there. I know that's definitely longer than I need. I gotta dig through the bins and see if I got anything better on that side. But that's the diameter I need for thickness for the tank to sit level on here. So that's all set. I'm gonna run this one down for the air hose, but that'll get capped with a valve if I need a secondary 1-inch jackhammer hose or something on there. But I think realistically I'm gonna have to build a manifold off of this, because this one is, even on the mask setup, I know it goes through my filter, but I'd like it to run through this first. I want everything to come in through here, because this should help pull a good amount of the moisture out once summer gets here. So lots more holes to drill. I'm just gonna set you guys up and time lapse the rest of this while I'm figuring out what exactly it is I'm doing. Sand a little bit of the brush on paint off of there. I'm actually pretty surprised. I've been banging this thing up and down on here, not being gentle whatsoever, and this paint's holding up. I mean, it thinned out, but it's just crappy Rust-Oleum primer brushed on. So let me set you guys up and time lapse the next little bit of this, because I can't explain what I don't really know what I'm doing. Just drilling holes and laying things out.
Yeah. They call me the juggler, cause I always have 3 lovers, and I burn through Trojan rubbers like no other. But when I'm not between the sheets, I'm busy staying undercover. Ain't as sweet as it seems being the juggler. Yeah, cause Edith likes eating at East of Eden, where Wendy works on Wednesday evenings, and Donna Lee does her laundry 2 doors down. So when I'm out to eat with Edith, I'm always worried Wendy's watching, and equally that Donna Lee's gonna be around. And what's worse is Wendy lives by the Wally world, where Donna Lee goes to the pharmacy, and Edith's ex-old man's employed there. So I choose to keep a low profile and sneak around like it's going out of style, and try to keep these balls up in the air. Yeah, they call me the juggler, cause I always have 3 lovers. Sometimes I wish I had me a twin brother, because it takes a lot of steam making all that hubba hubba. Ain't as sweet as it seems being the juggler. Yeah, but I had 3 more the month before, Tanya, Tina, and Isadora, but that all ended in a puddle of tears and blood. I had Tanya down for 10 to noon, and Tina turned up around 1 or 2, and Izzy'd used me all night like a stud. But one day Tanya showed up a little late, and Tina turned up a lot early, so fists were flying till Izzy came that night. I'm pretty sure it's the doors when they threw me on the floor, while Tanya and Tina punched and kicked and swore, and long story short, I lost the fight. Yeah, they call me the juggler, cause I always have 3 lovers. They come and go, but there's always another. Yeah, I guess I can't be pleased by just one lady's comfort. Ain't as sweet as it seems being the juggler. Yeah, yeah, maybe someday I'll quit this fooling round and find someone to make me settle down, but I'd hate to be the one to make her suffer. Cause one of them days we'd go to town, and one of my friends would flag us down and say, you know why everybody calls him the juggler? And I'd have to explain that they call me the juggler, cause I always have 3 lovers, and I burn through Trojan rubber like no other. But when I'm not between the sheets, I'm busy staying undercover. Ain't as sweet as it seems being the juggler.
So quick update in between the time lapse, hopefully you guys don't mind that. I did not have the welder set up hot enough. I'm also not running on 220 up here. I don't have a long enough extension to get over to those. So we are running on a 110 amp or 110 outlets. So I've got this thing pretty much cranked way up. This is 1/4 inch C channel. I think it's 3/16 on that plate, and then these ones should be, I don't remember what I need. These ones are thicker because that's going to be holding the weight of the blast pot. This tank, not that heavy, so that should be just fine. I got it mounted on the frame up front, drilled into that plate. I know the plates are a little bit bigger, but I feel like I might actually be able to utilize those a little bit more down the line. And all of my essential bits, like the valve that I need to open and close, will drop through here. And then we'll do the same thing on the blast pot. So I don't really have all that much space, but I need to figure out how I want to route all of this, because right now this is in the wrong place for sure. But this is my abrasive metering valve down here. So my original plan was to have the wheels facing the tongue of the trailer and this be sitting pretty much the exact way it is now. Makes a little bit more sense in terms of trying to get to that top fitting on the tank. But in terms of maintenance or fixing this or adjusting this, if I put this valve on the inside of the trailer, it's kind of going to be a pain in the butt. So I just got one of the 2 plates cut, but I can at least use those for mock-up. And then I'll figure out where I need to cut them. I don't want to cut through that if I need to shorten it for that midsection I welded in. Unfortunately, I didn't plan through all of this at once. I should have had both things kind of set up and queued up, but I didn't know, one, how heavy this is, and trying to lift this with the tractor solo to get it up in the air and then drop it down while moving plates around is not going to work. So, unfortunate part of working by myself, but it's about 10 o'clock in the morning now. I still want to play with that shovel head too, but I think I'm going to keep jamming on this because this is impeding me from working. That shouldn't be too bad. So that's where we're at now. Let me play around a little bit longer. Maybe not. Maybe I'll come back later with a fresh head. Do test passes when you're doing welds. I tacked it all up and it tacked fine, but that inside one, I did not have it hot enough. It was real porous, too cold. So now it's kind of ugly, but we'll grind those edges off and it's all getting coat of paint. It doesn't have to be pretty. You won't see much of it once the blast pot's on, especially. So at least I messed up on the less visible side. But it's burnt in now. close this up, I'm gonna crank the heat up, let this thing dry. Rust-Oleum primer on everything. It's not the best paint in the world, I know that. But for what I need right now, this needs to go out into the field as quick as possible. So, uniform coloring should help quite a bit moving forward. I really wanted to get this shovel head done today, but I didn't even open the box. I was too busy messing around with this. So we got the air tank done, we got all the air lines done. New blast pot, I gotta jack that up with the tractor on the loader. We'll figure out the mounts for that hopefully tomorrow morning, and that's pretty much all the free time I have this weekend. So we'll let this dry with the heat on, keep it like 70, 75 in here for the next day or two. And then there's a super clearance on some alkylid paint that will give that a shot, get it tinted, and go from there. So until next time, we'll catch you next week or in the next couple days. Catch you on the next one.